beautiful sunrise. Welcome back, guys, to the Cobblestone Chronicles. As always, this is Zueljin. So I was kind of chilling out, watching the sun come up, and as you can see, texture pack is still not the same. I did make some edits to it, though. One of the weird things I've noticed, though, is you see what happens. I'm not even running Optifine, and look at the variation on the top there. It's weird how the textures are doing that. I actually went into the pack itself, not the texture pack, because the texture packs have changed totally, but I went into the actual glass file and just removed the text, well, removed the pixels that were complicating things because I just couldn't take it. Along with that, I put my custom watercolor and my custom grass color because I don't like the yellow tones of the grass. And as you can see, I'm getting some chunk errors here and there, which is really strange due to the fact that I'm not running Optifine and not doing anything real special here. But for the most part, guys, the world is still kicking. It's still holding strong. I was gonna do a little bit of design work because I don't have any guests for this week. I didn't have a whole lot of time to plan out, and I did get in touch with Rue, which was supposed to be this week's guest, but he's not much into Minecraft anymore. So, and I don't think Sandhamwich is either. So what I'm probably gonna do is get Shoddy on here. So Shoddy, if you're listening, or I'll message you, bud, and we'll get to work and doing that little wheat farm project that we had talked about last week. But which is okay, because this episode I have actually a lot to talk about. Been having a pretty last couple crazy weeks in the real world, and some of the Minecraft update stuff that I'd like to talk about. So I'm gonna gather up a few materials, you guys, and we'll get set on the rest of this this leather shop. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Alright, guys, so I've been messing around a little bit with some different roof designs, and I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm not quite sure yet, but I know I do want to go up one more story with this thing, just simply for the fact that one area is going to be like utility and one area is going to be like looks, I think. So what I'm going to do is, I guess, just extend the ceiling a little bit here. I apologize, I'm a little sniffly. It's in the morning, but nothing that you guys aren't used to. My voice is always kind of sniffly and deep. So yeah, guys, what I was talking about for a lot of the changes in Minecraft, things have been happening pretty fast in regular old vanilla Minecraft. Like, the updates seem to be coming faster and faster, which they actually aren't. I don't think they're coming any faster than they used to come, but it just seems like there's been so many features that are added. You know, like cool blocks like quartz is pretty good, and I know I don't have to use all of them, but having to mess with the texture pack and stuff all the time is aggravating, man. Like, I wish I could just use the new features and continue to play in my regular old faithful 64, for instance. It's just, it screws up the continuity of the show. When I try to record, I have to do extra maintenance. I don't know, it's an aggravation, but it's a rant. I don't want to be so negative and stuff. It's just, yeah, it really is aggravating. On top of that, I've just been super busy. This week actually made my first week at the same job, but a new location. And man, this was kind of weird. What happened was, I got hired on at one of the local branches in the nearest, I guess you could call it, metropolitan area from where I'm at. But probably about 25 minutes up the road. That's at least about how long it takes me to get back and forth to work, or how long it took me to get back and forth to work. And while I've been working there, I'm experiencing pretty good volume, but the branch had been under construction for a long time, so probably around 2 years. So a lot of people were under the impression that we weren't even open. So the transitional period is not the greatest, and the business was a little slow. So what we decided to do was what they decided to do was offer me a position that was at a neighboring branch, and it was, well, neighboring to my city. It's actually quite far from the location that I was working at, but it was actually a little bit closer than most anybody else. So instead of laying off people, they chose to ask people to relocate. And the drive that I'm actually taking now is a little bit longer, but it helps me condense some time frames. Currently, I'm bringing my my stepdaughter to school in probably pretty much. It takes me about 15 minutes to get her to school, and then I would drive back to my house and then head the opposite direction just to get to work. So I was kind of doubling back and forth, and the time frames were kind of weird. Just the schedule that I had versus the time that she had to be at school. And some mornings it was all haywire because of special events and stuff like that at work, or different meetings. So at any rate, it didn't go too well before, but it was all right. You know, that was the decisions that we made. Well, now this is great because I can kind of just keep going, and once I bring her to school, I can just kind of continue up the road. The distance is a little bit longer, but it's not that bad. It's less traffic, not as much worry, and I get to work a little bit earlier, and I also start work a little bit earlier, so win-win. And I do get off earlier in the afternoon as well, so I kind of traded it off for a better schedule, so to speak. Well, with recent events, I was offered this position, and I weighed all of those pros and cons, and I was like, well, it's going to be doing the same thing that I'm doing, and it's a slower branch, but there's not going to be as many bankers, so I thought that it would probably be a good deal because we actually get compensated on incentive plans, and you have to, open up so many accounts and stuff like that to really get compensated, and it's on a point system. But anyway, we were having trouble getting the points because we were kind of overstaffed at the branch due to the whole construction thing and so on and so forth. Long story short, once we got this this position available, and I thought it was going to be a pretty good deal, and I moved there. Well, outside of the time, it is just such a culture shock because it is the smallest town. It's smaller than my hometown, and my hometown is really, really small. It's smaller than my hometown, and like the town I grew up in, and there's absolutely nothing going on. All of the customers are repeat customers. Everybody in the town already has accounts. It looks like it's going to be hell making any kind of incentives or compensation. It really is. On top of that, I spend hours doing absolutely nothing at times, so it's it's quite frustrating. I'm trying to get used to it though, because like I said, it is better for me as far as schedule goes, and the more time I can spend doing stuff for you guys, the happier I am. Also, I get to see my family more, and all in all, it's better. My wife and I get off at times that are more similar now. It's not so different. So all in all, I guess it's good. It's just, man, it's gonna take some transition and some getting used to, because the transition was so huge. I think I'm gonna keep that same design. I don't know, what do y'all think? The ceiling and the roof deal is pretty good. Yeah, I believe it's gonna be hard for me to do that again, but I don't know, maybe I can make it work. But anyway, so yeah, the work situation is crazy all over again. So it's a little stressful because I'm kind of uncomfortable in my own skin. I don't really know who is cool yet, who's not cool. There's only a few people, but I mean, when I tell you there's like 4 people that work in the branch, and I'm one of them, I'm not exaggerating. I'm going from like 12 people working in the branch, and having people to talk to, another banker to confide in. And granted, I'm not a professional at this. I barely know what I'm doing because I didn't start that much long ago. So it's pretty frustrating. But at any rate, it's pretty much helping me to just be able to vent. So appreciate you guys for that. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with this second floor, y'all. It's all right like this, but I want to get it to where it's at least semi-practical, you know. I want my dyes area down here, I believe, or it might just be some deco. I don't really know what I want to do with this place, so it's kind of a work in progress. I think I'm just gonna have to try not so hard to plan and just do stuff, you know, just keep trying design elements until I like it. But so yeah, the vanilla mod, I call it the vanilla mod pack because that's what I think about it now with all the new features that they keep adding and stuff. It's you know, all I can do is really concentrate on the aesthetic stuff, because keeping up with it at this point is pretty hard. I got enough to learn with Feed the Beast, which seems to take my interest as far as the technical side of things. And I don't know if you guys saw, but I tried out a little tutorial, making a little tutorial. I was kind of concerned with channel growth because there was so many changes with YouTube recently that I ended up, you know, it's getting a little frustrating keeping up with the demand of what to do next to make sure that my channel stays on path, you know. Not stressing about it, but really just making sure that I'm not missing any opportunities for growth, you know. There's so many things when it comes to networking that I'm already utilizing, and you know, you don't want to jeopardize any reputation by doing anything, you know, like spamming or whatever. So everything, when you get to a certain level, you kind of just have to pay attention to what's cool and what's not cool, and sometimes you lose sight of what's okay and what's not okay. So I don't know if that makes much sense to you guys, but for the most part, I just want to stay kosher with all the viewers and all the potential viewers. I don't want to do anything that won't jive well with people. So what I'm having to do is just reach out to people that may know a little bit about what's going on. Like for instance, Suma. I just talked to him the other day. You know, I sent him a message. I was like, look, man, I just kind of hoping for your advice, seeing what you could say about channel growth and stuff because of all the changes in YouTube. I really just want to maintain I just want to make sure that I'm still on the right path. And he made a very valid point. He said, you know, I've always wanted my channel to just be relevant and accepted, and tutorials have always helped me do that, so maybe you could try some of those. And I've always liked tutorials, but in vanilla, everything's been done and redone and redone and redone. So I think the best thing that I could have done was just stay away from it altogether unless I had a real original idea. And there is a lot of originality possible in Feed the Beast because it's so new. A lot of it's already been done in TechIt, but I don't do a whole lot of research when it comes to stuff like that. I'm mainly just I do what makes sense, you know, and I'll find something and I'll do a quick search and I'm like, oh, okay, so that hasn't been done yet, over and over and over. Let's try that. So I made this little I started messing around with Red Power 2 a little bit. And lo and behold, I kind of found a little niche, you know. It's some stuff that my brain actually understands. Like the logic of some of what Red Power 2 is, I actually understand. Which I find is pretty cool because at least the guys that I play with don't have a ton of exposure to it. Some of the most advanced guys on the server, Armitage and Slip, have not nearly the expertise in Red Power as they do in any of the other mods, which I'm sure it's only a matter of time of learning, but for the most part, like, I actually feel like, hey, I actually know something that these guys don't know. I don't know, it's pretty funny, but anyway, I know it's not a competition, but it is nice to all have our own areas of expertise. But at any rate, so I said to myself, well, I found out a little recipe that seemed to work out, and I said, I wonder if I can do this and this and this, and it kind of just turned into a cool project. So I said, let me turn a tutorial into it. Let me turn it into a tutorial, I should say. So it worked out pretty good, and I enjoyed myself. I made a little tutorial, and I really liked the way it came out, and I could. It's not the most relevant. I mean, it's a wall maker, but for the most part, there are opportunities like one of my most successful videos is the lighthouse video. Just due to the fact that people search that kind of stuff. And while nobody's going to be looking at a wool generation machine without a sheep farm, it's probably well, it's a good deal. You know, it's good because it may be, it's the start of an era, I guess I should say. I'm trying to make this work, guys. I think that I don't know what I could do to make this better, because I don't like the way that's doing. Oh well. So yeah, I really think that the tutorial thing in the I even got a couple comments, like FX commented and stuff, saying that I think in the interest of channel growth that this would be a good direction for you, and I agree. You know, and it's fun to do, because it's one thing putting something together like that, especially if it's an original idea, but it's an entirely different thing when you can put something together and teach other people at the same time. I don't know why this door is open. I hope the zombies didn't get in and kill all my villagers. What's up, fellas? What's happening? Y'all drinking? It just seemed like a question that I would ask them, because they are in the tavern or the bar area. Let's see. Alright, decided that it would probably be better just to go take a snooze, so that I'm not endangering those quartz blocks around creepers and stuff like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good from the outside, I think. It's not quite as it's not quite the same as the bottom, just due to the fact that I can make trim, but I don't know if it would look good. Maybe I could do maybe I could double up right here and see how it looks just from the bottom. This pick is so darn strong. Golly. Let's put another couple cobblestone. I already missed my gravity chest plate. Alright. So yeah, I'm hoping that you guys can at least tolerate the textures. Like I said, the entire format of the texture pack has changed. The design thing in general is just weird, like the way that it always was. It's always built into the pack. I wish that you can just add specific textures when they came around, so that the existing textures just wouldn't fall apart. It wouldn't make it such an issue, you know. Let's see, these are pointed up and down. Let's try this. Now this is double, but yeah, I don't know about all that. Let's go look at it from the outside. Really and truly, I don't know. I think if I were to break the ledge up with something, what I really should have done, which it's not too late, but you see how in my tavern I have a layer and then 2 layers, so I can make the bottom and the top exactly the same in the middle like that. I wish I had Optivine so I could zoom to show you, but exactly where my cursor's at. I subdivided the entire tavern by a split level so that trim was easier to achieve without half slabs. And that's important, especially when it's this type of my log glitching, I mean my quartz glitching out. It's especially important in this type of design when you don't have the ability to turn a block into a half slab. Oh, which is another thing that I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you guys keep up with my Feed the Beast stuff, but recently we changed to the Minecraft pack, and they have what they call microblocks, and microblocks allow you to split blocks in, well, and even more than half. You can do like layers, like very, very small blocks in corners and things like that. So it appears that there is going to be something like that in regular old vanilla, because recently I saw that the snow has been changed with layers, and I'm not running that specific texture pack because I can't show you, but all the snapshot reviews, like from Doc and all them, showed that you can layer snow. So that's looking pretty cool. Like if they do that, there's going to be a lot of aesthetic potential, even more so. You know, I wish they would do that to everything. In the Feed the Beast pack, you just use a handsaw and you turn you just cut blocks into pieces in the crafting window, but this will be a little bit different. So hopefully they'll implement that with a few other blocks and allow us to get some real refined textures. I've always wanted the ability to place vertical half slabs, you know, so that would be really good for trim purposes. I'm thinking that I'm gonna take this out. As much as it makes sense, it just it bothers me. Yeah, it bothers me, even though, man, I am running super low in quartz too. Oh well, I just have to get with it. I can always go get more quartz, even though it's a pain. I think Al had stored some away too last time, but well, guys, I don't want to take up all of your time today just by me ranting. We could get down to the nitty-gritty of things. I'm gonna have to do some more mining for quartz anyway to finish the design like I want, but I wanted to introduce a new contest since Rue has not been able to do it, and we really want some new blood on the Chronicles. I guess what I'll do is implement a new contest, and Rue had some emeralds set aside, so since he's not interested in keeping them, I don't see why we shouldn't be able to give them away. So this one's gonna be a little different, you guys. I'd love to finish the design on this, but I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do. So what I'd like to offer up is maybe give me some pictures of anything that you can think of that would give me some inspiration for a roof design, like a medieval roof design. Maybe even include some description on the textures that you think would look good as an actual roof, and that'll give me some ideas and some inspiration on how I want to complete this project. I'm probably going to duplicate some of the windows designs here and there, or I might do a few different things, but for the most part, I'd really like just your input on maybe something you've seen or something that you've looked at, whether it's in the real world or Minecraft or somebody's similar design. I'm not going to straight rip off anything specifically or duplicate anything, but I'm going to definitely use some as influence. And I'd just like to see what you guys have seen out there. So y'all could submit any pictures as a, well, you can't really put a link in the comments. So what I'll do, guys, is I think I'm just going to link a forum thread on Minecraft.net forums, and I'll link that in the description. You guys can go there and post your pictures, and we'll see what is the best thing. And whoever can do that is going to win Rue's emeralds. So let's go right quick to see how many emeralds Rue had. I believe he had 75. So we can see that. We run over to Zueljin Enterprises right quick. I apologize for all the cuts and stuff in the video. It's morning here, so the wife's cleaning house and doing all kind of work, and every once in a while coming in and out of the actual the room. As you can see, there's freaking planes flying over the house. You could probably hear that. This mic doesn't pick it up nearly like my Yeti did, but for the most part it's still relevant. So let's see. Running just doesn't feel like running when you're used to super speed and hypermind. Okay, so Al had 25 emeralds. Visual bugs, that's Rue. He had 75. So I'm just going to offer up a big one, guys. 75 emeralds to whoever has the winning entry on the pictures for the influence on the tavern build. So at any rate, guys, sorry that it was so talky and not too buildy, but we did get a little bit accomplished today. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up for me. It really helps my channel out a lot. And other than that, I guess I'll see y'all next time around, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. This is Zueljin signing off. Have a good one.